In this video, we will walk through the steps to configure Hyper-V Replica between two Hyper-V servers, and then later we replicate a virtual machine. We'll cover the prerequisites, configuration on both hosts, and then enabling replication, then starting the replication process. Before you begin, make sure you have two Windows Server machine ready with Hyper-V role enabled. They should have a stable network connectivity. If you're practicing this, then try to practice either in your local area network inside the VMware workstation. And also you need enough storage because the virtual machines are going to be replicated to another Hyper-V host. So you need enough storage to hold the virtual machine on the secondary server also. And if the VM will run on both servers, then it have to match the virtual switch configuration. That means if you have a virtual switch configured in Hyper-V 1, the same virtual switch should be available in the second Hyper-V server also. Otherwise, what happened when the virtual machine tried to start up in the secondary server, it come up without a network connection because it is not able to find out the virtual switch configuration. So in a Hyper-V replica network, make sure you configure same switch name on both the servers. Then you also have the option to choose the authentication method. For a domain joined case, you can choose Kerberos authentication, and in our case we will be using that. Or you can also use certificates for workgroup or untrusted domains. Then finally open the required firewall ports, so 80 for HTTP and 443 for HTTPS. The first step is to enable the replica on servers. So once you complete the virtual machine installation, a Hyper-V configuration, then you have to configure the replication on Hyper-V settings. Let's do that first. I have logged into one of the replica server, that is replica 2. So I have two machines, replica 1 and replica 2. Those are Hyper-V installed and configured. The next step to accomplish replication is to configure the Hyper-V replica configuration. As you can see, this is replica 2 server. First, let's open the Hyper-V manager. This is where you have to configure the Hyper-V replica from Hyper-V settings. So you can see under the action, there is Hyper-V settings. Then the last one in the server part is replication configuration. The first step is to enable this computer as a replica server. Then what kind of authentication? Kerberos authentication over the port 80. Then you have two options. Either you can allow the replication from any authenticated server, or you can also remit from the specified server. So instead of authenticated, you can limit it. Then the next is, if you see the location specified as a default location to store the replica files, it is under the C program. So I would like to change to some other drive. So what happened that when you initiate the replication, the replica files will be stored in this specified location, and this is not a good location. As you know, it's under the C drive where the other program files are there. So it's better to have a dedicated drive for this. So I'm gonna create a dedicated drive and then I will specify that location here. I have a disk available in this server. I'm going to create a new volume on top of it. If you're practicing this on VMware workstation, you can simply add a hard disk to your virtual machine, and then you can also do the same step. So here I'm gonna name it as a replica so that it's easy to identify the disk. Then complete the wizard. Now a new disk is available, and we are going to configure in the Hyper-V replica configuration to utilize this location when replicated. As you can see here, we have an E drive with replica drive. So I'm going to browse that drive, then select folder, or you can create a new folder and write uh, a folder name to organize it inside a folder under the drive. Then that's it. So you completed the configuration from Hyper-V settings to convert this Hyper-V server as a replica server. Click apply, and that will apply the configuration. Make sure that you enabled the firewall to pass this traffic based upon your configuration. If it is HTTP, then go for 80. If it is HTTPS, then go for 443. Now we have to repeat the same step on the second replica server. For me, that is replica 1 because we started with replica 2. So add that server to the same Hyper-V manager. This is a way you can manage multiple Hyper-V in one server. So here the replica 1 server is what you see now. Once it load the server manager, you will be able to see all the roles that installed in the left pane. So now you can see Hyper-V is there. So Hyper-V is already installed. What is pending is to configure the replica. So this can be done in two ways. Either you add this machine to the Hyper-V manager from another server, or you can just come here and do the configuration. So I just want to show like both way. Here also I have a drive with the same name and the same drive letter. This is important to have a dedicated location. Otherwise, managing this replica file in the C drive is not good. So now we are configuring it on the replica 1 server, and this can be done, as I said, from both servers. So let's do it from the replica 1 server. Go to replica configuration, enable replica server. I choose the same method, use Kerberos authentication, and also I'm going to show the same drive as my replica file storage location. Select folder, then apply. That's it. So we have completed the required configuration on both the Hyper-V servers. Now let's summarize what we have done. We started with 2 Hyper-V servers. Then we configured replica from Hyper-V settings on both servers. And also we provided a dedicated location to store the replica files, and we choose to configure replication over port 80 using Kerberos authentication. My machines are domain joined. That's all what we have done. Now let's see how to create a virtual machine in one of the Hyper-V server and replicate to the other replica server.